Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to topic 9. In this topic, we'll be talking about fenestration. Fenestration is basically the openings created in a structure, such as doors, windows, and ventilators. So we're going to be basically building these doors, windows, and ventilators from scratch here in our model. So I hope all of y'all have completed the structure till here. This structure is basically now within a group. Do remember, this is within a group. If you have not already created the group, then please go ahead, select the whole structure, give it a right click and say make group. Once you guys are done with that, we'll be getting into creating the window, then the door and then the ventilator. So let's get straight to it. Now for creating the window, we're going to be creating a rectangle on this window. Now remember, since this is in a group, the window itself will easily come out as such, the rectangle that we have created. Now over here we're going to be taking an offset inside of 0.05. As you can see, I've taken this offset of 0.05 inside. Then I will be selecting the center portion over here and deleting it off. Do remember, I'll be using all the shortcuts over here and you guys can go through the PDF that we have given you for the shortcuts if you're having any doubts understanding which key works how. Now once that is done, I will be giving this a thickness of 0.05 as well. As you guys can see, we have built a frame over here. This frame is basically going to be a metallic frame, and since its material is going to be different than the glass, we will first give 3 clicks on the frame, right click and make it into a group. After that, I will take a rectangle and then I will make a rectangle over here. As you can see, this surface is not in the group, but this entire frame is in the group. Now we can press B for the bucket tool and I can select metal, and from metal I can select, let's say, metal seamed, and we can just do a single click on the frame to provide it metal. The next thing I can do is I can select glass and I can go ahead and provide glass to the glass over here in the center. Once I've finished creating this, I will select the whole window, right click and make into component. And now over here we can just go ahead and type window, and that's it. We have created our very first fixed glass window. Now we can move this and place this inside over here, and if needed we can even place it on the interior portion of our structure. Now I can copy this window by pressing Ctrl and using the move command from this end point over here, and we can easily move it to this glass opening over here. From here we can easily turn and select it from this point over here and move it into this opening over here. We have been using the reference points for movement, which is the best way to move something so that it's easily placeable. Once we're done creating the windows, we will go ahead and create the doors. For the doors, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to be creating a rectangle over here, selecting the rectangle and moving it outside like this. Once we have moved this rectangle outside, we are going to be giving it a thickness of 0.02. Once I've provided the thickness of 0.02, I will give it an offset of 0.15. So you can see I've provided first the thickness of 0.02, then an offset of 0.15. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to make this whole thing into a group. And now we will be creating the handle. So understanding that the handle would be metallic or aluminium and the door would be a wooden panel, we will be making the handle separately. Now for making the handle, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our line tool and come on the midpoint over here and make a line as such. After that, on the midpoint of this line, we will pull out a red line, 0.01, 0.1, and we'll go this side 0.2. So as you can see, I've taken a 0.2 as well as a 0.1 line over here. I'll use the circle to come out here and just create a circle of 0.02. And we can erase the rest of these lines from here. Even prior to it, you can easily erase these lines and you will see that we have now a circle and we have a line like this. Now we can easily select this edge over here and then use follow me and click on the surface to create a handle like this. This is how follow me will really help us a lot. After this, 1, 2 and 3 clicks to select the entire handle, right click and make into group. So now we have a handle as well in a group. Now we can select the bucket tool and easily select metal from here and provide metal to our handle over here. After that, I would select the wood tool, the wood color, and put the wood texture on the plank. Now, since we have taken this offset inside, we can enter into this group and we can chamfer our entire wooden plank. For this, we'll use the move command, and similar like we did for the legs of the chair which we had made, we'll be moving this leg command, but I will use the axis key to move it. Otherwise, it will not move out. So we can use the right axis key to actually move this outside like this. As you guys can see, I can easily move this outside and I will give it 0.05. And you all will be able to see how we have created this chamfer door very easily with a handle. Wasn't that simple? Well, now you guys are going to select this and right click and make it both into one single group. So now we can go and place this door inside like this. Once we have placed it inside, I will copy this door on the side over here. Now you guys will notice that both these doors have the handles on the same side. Well, this door being the perfect position and the handle being in the right direction, we will need to be changing this direction of the handle and making this handle come on this side. So for this, I'm going to select the door, right click, flip along, and we'll flip it along the green direction. So you can see how this has easily flipped along, and now we have the handle in the right direction. Why is this in the right direction? Well, just a very basic understanding that all doors always open towards walls. So if this is our wall, the door will open on the inward side. So that's why the handle should be on this side, and that's why this handle should be on this side. Now I can copy this door outside over here for the main door, and I can just go ahead and place this here and move this from here over here. Once I've placed this door over here, I will press Q for the rotate command. I will press the up arrow key so I am in the blue direction, and I will rotate this door inwards at 90 degrees. As you guys can see, I have placed my first door over here. Now I will copy the second door on the side of it from here to here as such. Again, both the handles are in the same direction, this handle being in the right direction, and we will have to correct this handle by flipping it along the green direction to bring it over here. So right click, flip along green direction to bring it in the center. Now we can select both the doors by pressing Ctrl and selecting both the doors, and we can bring the doors inside as such. Well, as you guys can see, we have easily created the door as well as the window and placed them in perfect places. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to be creating the ventilators for this topic. Now, creating a ventilators is a little tricky, so you guys will have to work in proper groups and components, but it is not difficult at all. For this, I'm going to make a rectangle or a square over here, and I will be moving this outside in the same way that we did for the doors and windows. Over here, we'll be taking an offset of 0.05, as you guys can see, and we will be deleting the center off. Now I will be providing a thickness to this of 0.15. After providing this thickness, we will be needing to create our louvers over here. Since it's a ventilator, we would want to create louvers over here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to first triple click on the frame and make it into a group. After doing so, I will create a center line over here, just so that I can divide this again, and divide this again to easily go ahead and create a rectangle over here. Now we can provide the rectangle with the dimensions 0.0, 0.15, 0.02. Easily provide the dimensions over here 0.15, 0.02. Once we have created this rectangle, I can erase this line off. Double click on the rectangle. Remember, double click and don't triple click. We don't want to select all these lines. So just 1, 2, double click, right click and make into component. And we can call this louvre. Now we can copy this louvre down over here. And we can easily provide it with the array command. So once I copy it down, I will put a star, 10, enter. And we can erase the rest of these lines from here. And we can go ahead and erase all these extra louvres which have been created. Now if we want, we can just easily select all these louvres and just move them slightly up so that it's equal distance from both the above and the bottom. Now once we have created a component, we know that components are going to work together. So for this, I'm going to double click and enter into the component. I will be selecting the bucket tool to provide the glass material. After I provide the glass material, I will double click to select the whole. I will do a left to right selection over the entire rectangle. After this rectangle is selected, you will notice that all these other also look selected, correct? After this, I will press Q for the rotate command. Select the midpoint over here and rotate this slightly, and you will notice that the rest of them too will start to rotate. Once I've rotated this, I can easily pull these out and make sure that all of them have come out too, and then we can exit this group. As you guys can see, we have very easily created louvers for this ventilator. This whole thing can be selected, right click and made into a final component called a ventilator. Now we can easily move this component and place it inside over here as such. And I can copy it from here and place it on this side as well. So we have easily created our door, window and ventilator. If you all noticed, I had made this door into a group, but if you all make it into a component, then you can make one change in this door and make the changes everywhere else, the same way we had made changes in the window and the ventilator after making it a component. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next topic. Please complete this much and enter into the next topic. Take care.